Today, we are going to go over the basics of utilizing BHOS. BHOS is our dispatch system, but it also is the system that we use internal to Synergy it is the end all be all for pricing. So the pricing that you guys are seeing within NetSuite is not necessarily accurate. So every time you guys need to figure out what is my pricing? Do I have special pricing in the system for specific customers, that sort of thing. All of that will live within BHOS and not necessarily within NetSuite. So there are two main functions that you as a sales rep will predominantly use. One of them being once you enter into BHOS, this pricing tab here, today we're going to go over static pricing specials and pricing tiers. So right now um, we are in pricing specials. So all of you, when you log in, I have universal access, so I see everyone's. However, you will only see your name in here. So if you click on the green plus on your name, you will then see all the customers that are associated with you as a sales rep. You will then notice that there are some that are standard and some they have bold lettering in there. So a standard like 3Y Cattle Company, when I click into that customer profile within BHOS, I notice that there's no pricing in here. And what that indicates to me is that we, for whatever reason, have never set up any special pricing in the system for this customer. That means that if that customer were to come in and place an order at a warehouse or something like that, and you had not talked to your manager about the pricing you want them to have on their invoices, they are going to get what is considered MSRP, which is quite high. And so you guys will need to work with your manager on an individual level at each customer level to determine what pricing you would like that particular customer to have. And so that's going to follow through with not only, so you can't just do pricing, all 1540 is at X price. So an example of this might be, you see everything that's bolded here. So I'm going to click on this A&M lubricants. And they have a whole bunch of products. So for instance, this particular customer has THF 1000 and they have both a pail and a drum. So if we had not spoken with our manager and gotten special pricing for that particular customer, what they would get on their price list or on their invoice would be $23.89 per gallon is what they would pay. So you will then notice that we have a special price in the system for them. So they get $17.48 per gallon. So you would use a multiplier there, but this is the price that they are paying per gallon for this particular product. So you can't just say, I want $17.48 per gallon and it cover both pails and drums. You have to do it at an individual level. So this is a really great customer for you to look at. This effective date is the date that we've put it in the system, that from this date moving forward, this price here is what we would like the customer to pay. So this price tier column here is basically like that MSRP that I was talking about. This is the price that a customer is going to get charged if we do not already have it programmed in the back end to make sure that they get a particular price. So again, if you need to set special pricing for your customers, you will work with your manager or our pricing specialist team to make sure that you're getting these prices updated in BHOS so that when invoicing time comes up, their pricing will show up here. So this particular customer is a great example because they have a whole lot of products that we have special pricing on. And again, everything that is not bolded, if you click on their name, you'll see that we, for whatever reason, have never negotiated special pricing with them. And again, everything that is bolded, whether it's colored or not, all of these have pricing in the system that is special and particular to them. Okay, so that again, guys, is the static pricing specials. We are now going to go into the ability for you guys to see what our cost is for individual products. So we're going to click on static pricing tiers. And in here we have the brands. So what you are going to look at, I'm going to use Chevron as an example. Once you want to look at which products we have, you click the green plus sign next to the brand that you're looking for. And then you're just simply going to utilize the find function within your web browser. So you would hit Control F on your keyboard. I am using Firefox, so my find function is on the bottom. If you are using, like Microsoft Edge or even Chrome, oftentimes I believe it pops up somewhere up here. So if we just do THF 1000, you can do, and automatically you're going to see that it starts highlighting things that have THF in the name. So we're going to look at what is our cost on THF 1000 in a drum. Here you will find the location that you are most likely going to be selling out of. So you look at this location, this pricing here that's that standard MSRP. This is what we will charge that customer if you do not set up special pricing. So if you have a customer out of our Cedar City location and they are interested in buying drums of this THF 1000, you can look here and see that at Cedar City out of this location, my cost per gallon is $12.50. So I would use that as my multiplier. So whether it be $3 or $4 per gallon margin that you're looking at submitting to the customer. So in this case, I'm going to bring up my calculator here. Let's see, did it come up? Give me one sec, guys. Okay. So what you guys would then be doing to figure out what cost do I want, or at what price do I want to sell to this customer? So if my cost is $12.50 and I want my margin to be $3 per gallon, I might say, so $13.50 times 55, because it is a drum, $742.50 is what we would want to put on the estimate or quote that you are creating for that customer. So that entire drum is going to cost them, if they buy it from us with your margin added in, $742.50. So the other one I would like to show you guys are greases. The difference on greases, we're going to pick this one here, this Black Pearl NLG2, NLGI2. So in this case, we're talking about selling them a pail. And so again, if I didn't know where it was, you could type in, pearl or black. That would. Okay, so here we would find our pearl greases and they'd be highlighted here. I'll show you guys one more time here in a sec. And again, the main difference that I want to show you on greases in particular is that we sell all of this pricing here, this cost and this pricing, because it is sold in pounds. This is dollar per pound. There's an indication on everything that is pound. You will always see the LB after, whereas if we're looking at this ATF, you notice that it is GAL after that. I just want to make you guys aware that there is a difference when you're talking about pricing. We try to indicate it in the name. So there's pound and gallons, so that you have a reference point for what this pricing is in our system. So if our cost is $3.66 out of our Albuquerque warehouse, it's $3.66 per pound is our cost. So you would have to put your margin on top of that. I will just show you one last thing. If we were looking for a Dello product, so a Dello 400 15W40, let's say, that's SCE. So here we have our 1030s, our 1540s. It's going to highlight it for you and bring this column based on which product you're looking at. It's going to bring it to the forefront. And so, yeah, we have Dello 400, and if you can utilize this to keep on going. If you were interested only in 15W40 and you don't know exactly how we spelled it, you can look at it through 1540. And again, you can utilize your little search to keep on looking. So, right, these are natural gas, as are those. And then you go in here to the XLE, the 1540. So everything would populate that way. So utilize that find function. And these are the basic uses that you guys would have while utilizing BHOS.